You work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and at the end of the month, almost nothing is left. Meanwhile, there are people making $25,000 a month doing things you didn't even know were professions. I'm not talking about famous doctors or lawyers. I'm talking about regular people with obscure jobs that pay absurd salaries. What you're about to discover will completely change your perception of money and career, because while everyone is fighting for the same traditional positions, there's a parallel world of professions where demand is gigantic and the supply of professionals is microscopic. And that gap translates into numbers that will blow your mind. Get ready, because we're going to dive into 5 real professions with detailed real salaries. I'll show you exactly how much these people make per month, per year, whether it's fixed or commission. And in the end, you'll understand why the traditional path might not be the only one, nor the most profitable. First, nuclear reactor operator. Let's start with a profession everyone thinks they know because of The Simpsons. I'm talking about a nuclear reactor operator, and no, an idiot would never get this job. This is probably one of the most exclusive operational jobs on the planet. The median base salary is $120,000 per year. That means $10,000 a month just in base salary. But wait, because that's just the beginning of the story. Nuclear plants operate 24 hours, 365 days a year. Every operator receives heavy overtime, night differential, double pay on weekends, and triple on holidays. When you add it all up, the math becomes completely different. Experienced operators with 5 to 10 years of career easily make between $150,000 and $200,000 annually. That translates to $12,500 to $16,600 per month. Fixed monthly salary with all benefits and total stability. You start as an unlicensed operator, making between $80,000 and $100,000 annually. That's $6,600 to $8,300 per month while you learn. The company pays you to get your official license during 18 months of study. When you pass the federal exam and get your license, your salary literally doubles overnight. From $80,000, you jump to $160,000. It's one of the few jobs where a certification immediately doubles your income. What do? They monitor plant stability in control rooms. 99% of the time, they watch machines running. But they're paid for the 1% when everything goes to hell. Second eye, prompt engineer. The second profession is so new, there's almost no competition. I'm talking about artificial intelligence, prompt engineer. We're in the middle of an AI gold rush where demand absurdly exceeds supply. Anthropic published job openings with salary range from $175,000 to $335,000 per year. Let's do the math. $14,500 to $27,900 per month to work with prompts. Freelance platform data shows specialists charging between $60 and $125 per hour. If you work 40 hours weekly at $100 per hour, that's $16,000 per month, almost $200,000 per year as a freelancer. Companies pay between $5,000 and $15,000 per optimization project. If you take 3 projects per month at $10,000 each, that's $30,000 monthly. 60 annual projects, $360,000 working as a consultant. And here's the best part. You don't need a university degree. The barrier is based on skills you learn yourself in 6 months. The ROI is absolutely absurd compared to traditional college. Professionals earn an average of $150,000 in the first year, $250,000 in the third. If you specialize in niches like medical or financial prompts, you easily exceed $300,000 annually. What do? They translate human intentions into linguistic structures that force AI to behave. It's not typing questions into ChatGPT, it's creating logical puzzles to make AI smarter. Third, cardiovascular perfusionist. The third profession has the best return on investment in all of medicine. I'm talking about cardiovascular perfusion. You earn a doctor's salary without the absurd debt or 10 years of residency. Recent graduates start around $138,000 per year. That's $11,500 per month for someone fresh out of school. On your first job, you take home over $10,000 monthly. Mid-career, with 5 to 10 years of experience, salary rises to $175,000 to $200,000 annually, $14,500 to $16,600 per month fixed with full benefits. If you travel doing temporary work in areas with shortages, you can make $250,000 or more. Hospitals pay over $200 per hour for professionals filling urgent teams. $200 per hour times 40 hours weekly is $8,000 per week, $32,000 per month, $384,000 per year as a traveling professional. Compare with cardiac surgeons who take 14 years of training and come out owing 500,000. You take 6 years, come out owing 80,000, and start making 138,000. What do? They operate the heart-lung machine during cardiac surgeries. This machine literally becomes your heart during the operation. If something goes wrong, 3 minutes before brain damage starts.
Have you ever stopped to think that the videos you just watched with flawless scripts and engaging narrations might have been created by someone who never even touched a camera or a microphone? There is a new digital elite profiting heavily behind the scenes of YouTube and social media, building massive channels without ever showing their faces or spending thousands of dollars on equipment. While most people are frozen by the fear of being on camera, these individuals are using the hidden power of artificial intelligence to generate automated content that works and earns for them 24 hours a day. The secret to dominating this game isn't about having a famous face. It's about knowing how to command the right tools to create scripts, voices, and visuals that magnetically hold the audience's attention. I've gained access to a strategic method that reveals the exact roadmap for you to build your own invisible digital empire. Mastering AI to turn clicks into a real source of income. It is the perfect opportunity for those seeking financial and geographical freedom without having to deal with the pressure of being a public figure on the internet. Best of all, you can seize this opportunity right now for a symbolic price. The complete training is under an exclusive promotion, dropping from $97 to just $17. This is your passport to unlocking the knowledge you need to start your professional journey with AI today. Click the first link in the description to secure your spot while this discount is still active.
Fourth, aircraft repo. The fourth profession is the coolest job on the list. I'm talking about aircraft repo. Here, there's no fixed salary. You earn commission based on the aircraft's value. Repossess a small Cessna, $5,000 commission. Repossess a medium Learjet, $20,000 to $50,000 in your pocket. Repossess a $50 million Gulfstream, $500,000 to $1 million. Yes, $1 million in a single successful mission. Nick Popovich, the most famous repossessor, confirms that high-value missions pay 1 to 2% of the aircraft's value. But the risk, all expenses come out of your pocket first. Tickets, hotels, bribes, legal documentation. An international mission can cost $20,000 to $50,000. If you fail, you lose everything. Most work 3 to 6 missions per year. For medium missions at $100,000 each, $400,000 gross, minus $50,000 in expenses, $350,000 net remains. The best repossessors make $800,000 to $1.5 million per year, $66,000 to $125,000 monthly. But you can go 3 months without earning anything. What do? It's literally Grand Theft Auto, but legal. You track planes of delinquent millionaires, invade hangars, bypass codes, start engines, and fly out of the country before police shoot. Fifth, saturation commercial diver. The fifth and final profession has the most stratospheric numbers of all. I'm talking about saturation, commercial diver working on oil platforms at the ocean floor. Saturation divers make between $30,000 and $45,000 per month. You work 20-80 shifts, living in a pressurized chamber. These are concentrated shifts of extreme work. $30,000 per shift times 12 annual shifts is $360,000. $45,000 per shift times 10 annually is $450,000. Veterans in high risk reach $500,000 annually. Compare with land divers who make $60,000 to $80,000 per year. The difference is in extreme risk. The greater the danger, the greater the payment. The brutal reality, you can only do this 3 to 5 years. Your body can't take more. Pressure destroys bones, causes osteonecrosis, permanently damages joints. If you work for years at $400,000 annually, you accumulate $1,600,000 gross minus taxes. You come out with $1 million net in 4 years. What do? You live in a pressurized chamber for 28 days. A bell takes you to the bottom. You weld 6 hours, return to the chamber, but stay The truth, the numbers reveal. Now let's be brutally honest about what these numbers really mean. A reactor operator making $160,000 at 24 versus a doctor making $300,000 at 33. Seems like the doctor makes more, right? Wrong. The operator from 24 to 33 accumulates 9 years of salary, average of $180,000, $1 million net after taxes, 0 debt. The doctor at 33 has 0 accumulated and owes $300,000. A diver who works for years from 20 to 24 accumulates $1 million. A college student is still studying and going into debt. A prompt engineer at 25 making $300,000 In 10 years accumulates 2.5 million net. A corporate executive the same age makes 150,000 and accumulates 1 million. The math is clear. Less training time, less debt, faster market entry. These 5 professions pay fortunes because almost nobody knows they exist. Low competition, high demand, stratospheric salaries. The traditional path isn't necessarily the most profitable. There are alternatives that pay equal or better with less investment. Most people don't even know these options exist because nobody talks about them. Leave in the comments, which of these salaries shocked you most? Would you consider any of these careers knowing these numbers? If this video opened your eyes to real possibilities, subscribe to the channel for more alternative career analysis. And leave your like so more people discover that numbers tell a completely different story about success and money